really suck at moderating, and I got like I had like 150 pages I printed out of Twitter questions. And so, you know, they range from everywhere. I'm going to try to get to A to Z. So why don't we just jump right in? Let's just start with season 4. I think that was the main one. Where is this episode? Where is this season going? And I'm going to start with actually Julie Fleck and say, tease us, give us some stuff. Let us know what's in store for Elena, Stelena, and Elena. Let us know.
Well, season 4, you know, we've been in the writer's room for a couple months now. We got a long stretch, more than usual, to prepare and think about it with all the writers. And one of the greatest things that we discovered while we were putting stories together is that everything just feels so fresh. It feels new, it feels familiar in all the right ways, and it feels different in all the best ways too. There's this wonderful core of character for everybody to explore. Everyone, obviously, Elena's going through a huge change, and Damon and Stefan are going to have to deal with that change with her and for her. But all the characters are really, as we gear up for the rest of a senior year towards you know, graduation for the kids that don't go to school, then it's a lot of really good, deep, emotional, and twisted stuff, and so we're really psyched about it.
So, you know, now that we're in season 4, and we're sort of watching all these characters grow and evolve, and who they started with and who they are today, you know, I'm staring right, let's start right here.
Oh,
Tyler Lockwood, tell me, season 1, where is Tyler Lockwood from season 1 and who Tyler Lockwood is today? Exactly. What did you think of him when he was in season 1? What did you think?
Well, all right. I mean, everybody in this room should know season 1 Tyler. Oh man, I despise the character. He was just
a douche.
A douchebag. A complete a-hole, and then there was just no forgiving. Like there was no other like quality about him. But I'll be honest with you, I did know in season 1 eventually, and it was in the books, that I was to become this werewolf. And I knew that was a plan all along, but to answer your question, now that we're in season 4, I've actually been really, really blessed. If you look, I've been like 4 different characters. I mean, I was this douchebag jock who just beat up people for no reason. And then in season 2, you know, I activated this werewolf trait, and so I had that to play with. Season 3, I become this hybrid, the first successful hybrid from Klaus. And now, well, I get to play around with.
It's a season of changes, and you know, and that's something that I think is so interesting, is that everything's changing. Like Julie just said, they're going the idea of their future in high school and what's all in store for them. And I think the one person who's having the biggest change is sitting right smack in the middle, Elena. What do you think? What do you think about Elena's journey this season? And like, what's going to be new about her? How are you approaching that role? Tell us a little bit about what it's going to be, what's in store for everyone with regard to Nina Dobrev and Elena.
Well, it's always kind of been, between the 2 characters, Elena and Catherine, it's always been fun for me to make them so different, because one was a vampire and she was bad, and then Elena was a girl and she was, you know, sweet Elena. So how do you make Elena the vampire version of herself that's different from Catherine but still true to her own foot? It's going to be tricky, and I'm going to be discovering it as we go along, and I think she's going to be defined by her experiences. You know, we all grow and become these people throughout our lives because of the experiences that we have, and I mean, Elena's had some pretty crazy experiences. A lot of near-death experiences. Now, actually, she dies and comes back as a vampire. And I think everything's going to be heightened, and she's constantly going to be struggling with herself and what she is now, and the fact that she never really wanted to be that.
Well, and then you get the triangle to the left and right of you. Now, Mr. Ian. You know, you came on, you broke onto the scene in season 1 as the villain, and then in season 2, you sort of, you know, no matter how many people you killed, we sort of couldn't turn the audience against you to save our lives.
We tried.
We tried. I mean, we had the guy snap the neck of the brother of the main character, and you still love the guy. Well, what's in store this journey? What's your favorite part? Like this, you've got a journey. You went from good to bad to good to bad. You walk this balancing, this tightrope. What's that like? Where are you going this season? Tell us. Talk to us. What do you like? What do you like? What are you going to play?
Well, I mean, I think in the conversations that I've had with Julie, you know, these characters are wildly complex individuals that have spanned, you know, over a century of time. And Damon, you would have thought at 170 plus years old, would probably think before he does something. Still doesn't. He just doesn't. But this metamorphosis of this guy, I think, ultimately is, at this point, he tried. Season 2, he tried. He tried to do what everyone wanted him to do. He tried to be something everyone wanted him to be. And bottom line is, he is not. He's not a nice guy. Yes, he has a heart at times, but he's not. And the reality of it is what Julie and I talked about, is this year was him saying, you know what? I did everything you wanted me to do. I tried everything you wanted me to try. And it didn't work. And I'm right. And this is who I am. This is what I am. If you don't like it, you can go yourself.
So, Mr. Ripperman over there, how exactly how does that philosophy apply to Stefan? You know what I mean? You were a really good hero, and then you kind of went back to who you were born to be, which was this. You have this problem. How will you this year?
I mean, I always, you know, lean towards the dark side. I mean, when I got to play the Ripper season 3, for me it was such relief in a way, because, you know, I felt like always season 1, season 2, Stefan was such a good guy, so good to a flaw, that I thought, well, there's no way that this could all be based in just the truth of Stefan. The truth of Stefan is he's so dark, and he's so twisted, and he's so dangerous, that he covers it up with this sense of goodwill. But in reality, this darkness is so intense that he doesn't know what to do with it, and so he just decides to rip people's heads off.
And bunnies.
And bunnies, mainly bunnies, which is really terrifying.
Making his first Comic-Con appearance with us is Zach.